Stream. Okay, the stream's up.
Later.
Hey everybody, we are now live with our player interview. The player is Marsh. What up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
So yeah, I have prepared some questions for you. I thought would be interesting to people. But first of all, I just want to see what's the weather like? How you doing?
Is that your music?
No, I hear no
Uh,
music.
you know what? It's your music. Okay, that was my bad.
Oh, cool. I didn't hear it. Nothing happened for me that I could hear. So,
No, it was on my side.
okay, cool. Well, our first question then, I don't know if you can see through that. How old are you and where are you from?
I'm 27 and I'm from Central Florida. For people that aren't from America, I'm probably about 2 hours away from Disney World.
All right. That sounds like nicer weather than we have here, probably. Well, not at the moment, but
Uh,
in Canada up in the north. Uh,
it's really hot though.
yeah. Well, it's pretty hot here, and I have the window closed, so I'm gonna get this interview over with. But all right. Next question. When did you start playing Red Alert 2? And how did you get into it at first?
Honestly, I don't think it started with Red Alert 2. I remember coming home from school one day. My dad had bought CNC 95, and I watched him play it. And then I actually started with Red Alert 1. Um, I was actually pretty good in Red Alert 1 as a kid, maybe around 11 or 12. And then I started Red Alert 2. I hated Red Alert 2 at first.
Man, so did I.
I always played Allies on Red Alert 1. And
With the Grenadiers.
yeah, yeah, but I always used what they call a light rush.
Oh yeah.
And I remember my first game, it was on Country Swing, and I played a tournament game. And I tried a light rush with allies as grizzly tanks. But you would use the command Q in Red Alert 1,
Right.
and I would kept on hitting Q trying to move my units around this MCV, and all I was doing was going back to the building tab. Uh, so it took me a while to get into it, but I guess around 2001 or 2002 I really started playing a lot. It's been a great game since.
Yeah. Well, and it's been some years since
It's
uh,
been a long time.
I got to the game myself in like 2007, but I came from Red Alert 1 too. So, anyways, that's pretty cool. Uh, Quick question about your gaming equipment. If you have anything of note, or what is your setup?
um, you don't really need a setup in Red Alert 2. Most of us have been doing this on Windows ME and shitty Microsoft mouses and keyboards, but now I do use a Razer mouse and computer setup,
Okay.
keyboard setup. The Death Adler for the mouse. The keyboard, I'm looking at it now, it's a Death Stalker. I've been using those for a few years now, and they're good for all kind of gaming.
Yeah, you play
Uh,
like other games and stuff, or
I play StarCraft 2 every once in a while. A few years back, I got into it pretty heavy.
yeah.
I played with a lot of people know him as Wannaplay or Alex from the Netherlands, who's an amazing StarCraft and Red Alert player.
Yeah, he was before my
Um,
time.
he was really good. One of the few that I think was truly one of the best.
Well, that's cool.
But computer wise, I just have one of those all in one computers. Uh, the fanciest thing about it is this touch screen, I guess.
Oh, you have one of those. Okay,
Yeah.
man. Well, that's
They're annoying, but my kid can use them well.
can that thing become a tablet?
It can, but it doesn't turn into a tablet. It just has a tablet mode to it.
Oh, I
The
get it.
worst thing is in Florida we get those little what they call candle bugs around here because there's a lot of insects in Florida, and if they get in the house and they land on the screen, it'll jump my mouse from side to side while I'm playing or doing anything else,
Oh my god.
and I can't turn it off.
Oh man, that would piss me off. Well, I've been known to destroy some of my stuff when it didn't act the way I wanted it to, so I
I,
don't know how that would work for me.
hundreds, hundreds of dollars in mice and keyboard spent on Red Alert 2, I'm sure.
I've got an old mouse that have to use this mouse. It's just the one that I like, and I can't really use anything else. And I smashed one of them, and this is out of like you can't buy this mouse anymore. So I have to treat this one really nice, even if I get a bit mad. But that happens. So, all right, let's just see which faction do you play and the most and why.
Um, well, obviously, for most people watching, know that I play America mostly.
Yep.
Uh, I do like playing Iraq, and I started with Iraq. Um, the reason I switched to America mostly is back whenever I was quote unquote a noob, um, I would always get my miner droned, and I thought that was the gayest shit ever. So I moved to America because nobody drones your miners. It did take me a while to actually learn, but if I switch back and forth to the two, I can find myself doing stuff with Soviets that you shouldn't do with Soviets that I can pull off with Allies.
Yeah, and
So
I think a bit vice versa too. You seem to favor almost like kind of grizzly tanks and dogs a bit, which is kind of a bit strange. Or you,
you know, I didn't really start the tech game up until 2010
okay?
uh, with my Walk Into the Spies.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah. That's classic.
um, there's a reason behind that, though. Most people don't see it coming.
Because they think it's a regular GI, or
Yeah, yeah. You know who catches it a lot is Latov.
yeah,
All the time. I, I literally have to drive mine into him. Uh, but the whole Grizzly, they're quicker. They
they
turn their
are.
turrets
That's
quicker, and that's why I like them. Uh, Desolators are overpowered. I'll say it right now.
yeah. That's well. It depends if you know how to use them. If you don't know how to use them, you can end up just tearing your head out with them. But
Uh, Prism tanks, you see me use those a lot.
that's true.
I don't think a lot of people use those enough when they play Allies,
They're
which
good at
are
killing desolators a bit too.
uh, I a bunch of prisms is probably the most overpowered thing in this video game.
Yeah, it's weird how it feels like because you're so familiar. From me, a Soviet, a couple of times, I think I might have remarked in games that I was streaming that we were playing. Oh, this jerk! He's trolling me. He's making a bunch of prism tanks versus my rhinos. What is this guy doing? Then
Uh,
yeah, and then I
it,
attack it, and it's like, wow, if there's enough of them, they just kill me.
it's not that I'm trolling you. They're extremely weak too, and if you can break that barrier with them with the tanks, they can't turn their turrets fast enough,
Nice.
and the Rhino tanks will eat them alive. So that's why I build so many before I go in.
But once there's enough of them, their splash damage is pretty lethal.
Yeah, one elite, and things just went south for you.
All right. Well, I think that's sort of leading into my next question. I'm not sure. Or this is next, I guess, map question. What are some of your favorite maps?
I think a lot of people would disagree with me, but I like most maps. Um, I'm a player that you see will put on Urban Rush as allies or Dry Heat all the time. I love that map. I think that is one of my favorite maps, and that goes back to the time that I spent on Yuri's Revenge playing a lot, where I met players like Sash and Prep and Six Shot. Um, but Dry Heat's probably one of my favorite maps. Here lately, Country Swing. I'm starting to get back into that map a lot.
Yeah, I never understood that. I always ask, why is he putting Country Swing up as an
I,
ally
I
player?
like I like Country Swing, and I'm going to give a shout out to unfortunately him being banned, but Luft.
Yeah, what a
Um,
shame about that.
I um, I will try everything in my power to fix that kind of stuff, but I can't make promises.
Well, we'll see
Uh,
what we can do.
but
That should be addressed. Yeah.
Country Swing, he opened that map up to be played a little differently, in my opinion, with how many minors he goes. A lot of times you'll watch me, if you watch me play that map, I'll do six minors. And
Six.
yeah, now something I do, I don't know if everybody does it, uh, and I would love to get my stream to work so I can show you guys how I do it. But I'm constantly watching the other player, and I count in my head. I know this sounds really, really nerdy, but I count in my head how many seconds it's taken for what's to come out of his war factory, and I can judge how many miners they're going to go before I physically see it.
Right.
And I build one more miner usually on country swing than my opponent because of the time to come down. I usually will have a plane or some rocketeers or some tanks.
So yeah, so you can sort of you'll have enough time that the extra miner you'll still be able to defend.
No, and River Rampage. I love that cheesy fucking map, man.
I was gonna say I think that's your home map, but it's one of them.
Here, yeah, I like it.
Well, let's see. All right, next question. When would you say you were at your best? And did anything change in particular then, or what? Like, why did you become your best then, and why was that your best time?
Um, that's that's the speculation. Um, I guess I'm based on the players. I've been called the best, not the best, but at my best in this time frame. Well, there isn't that many players, but some of the players that are on the game, I would argue, are the best of all time. Latoff, Marco. Um,
You see, Tommy's taking your challenge up, by
you
the
know
way.
what? Izzy. I would love to do that. Uh, last time we did that, he did not come out on the winning end, and I'm not the kind of player that'll gloat that around. But
Well,
he
he's got his For Honor Nick in the top 10 now, and it's not on LBL, so we'll just see.
awesome,
So that's
awesome.
cool. Check for that.
If anything else, it brought another player into the quick match scene.
I was gonna
So
say,
I will take the shaming if I must.
I was gonna
But
say I wasn't sure that you didn't just say that just to get him to play. I mean,
um,
goddamn. He's
no. Partly it could have been, but no. I seriously think he won't show as well against me as he thinks he as thinks a lot of people thinks he would.
all right,
But
Tommy.
I
You
would
heard
say,
that right.
but I would say now is probably one of my solid best times. What has changed? Nothing. I don't play nowhere near as much as I used to. I play at late nights, but playing those best players in my opinion over time constantly. And here lately, I play a lot of Latoff and some other great players, and I think that sharpens you.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the only way to get better is definitely to play people better than you.
Yeah.
Okay, final question before we get to the quotes. Who are the top players today? I guess you probably mentioned them already, but if you could just name
If
five
I
guys.
could name five guys, in my opinion, um, I know this is going to sound really prima donna. Can I exclude myself?
No, sure. I thought you might put yourself in there.
Okay, I would say Latoff,
Yeah.
my number one, and Marco, of course, being a close number two in my opinion. Another great player. I think Mikos is an excellent player.
Right.
I don't mind his dogs, and he's just so active. Um, if I had to put an allied player in there too, Mason and Frank, they're both really good.
All right.
Um, and I'm excluding myself. I'm just saying these are the top five guys that I think are great. Um,
All right. Well, there you
Matt,
go.
Matt and Max.
And Max. I think that's fair to say. Yeah,
I'm gonna
Max.
put Max in there. He's really good.
He
And
got he
if
got good pretty quickly.
Paf's in my top 10, I know he's probably listening. He is in my top 10. I just wish he would show a little more in the one versus one games. But other than that, he's a very good player in the last year.
Yeah, he sure got a lot better. I mean, I was cheering him on in that recent Latov series, but
Mhm. Oh, I did watch that.
yeah, that jungle
I,
game was crazy. I can't even believe he picked up that battle lab. I was like, he's gonna have to move 50 rhinos, and he managed to do 4 splits and get that battle lab. It's pretty impressive.
that's one thing he's really good at is his splits, man.
I know.
I don't think he watches them as well as he should, but he's on top of it 4 and 5 way I've seen against me. So
I don't
uh,
know how yeah, he works so many. Sometimes he's sloppy with them, but at least I mean he gets you moving around. So
give him a little bit of time. He'll pick it up.
I don't know. Stay. I mean, I don't know if I want the era of PAF, but it might be coming.
It may be brutal.
Yeah, it might be. Uh, All right, let's do some quotes. So these are
All
quotes
right.
I dug up. These are you. Let's see the question. First question. In a best maps topic from August 2012, which five maps did you state were the most fair maps to compete on? For example, if the outcome was for money.
Um, there goes one of those. It just dropped my questions. Five maps.
Yeah.
Jungle of Vietnam. Very fair map. I believe you made that. Great map.
Now, which
You
maps
made
did you
a good map.
state? These are the ones that you stated in 2012. So you've already made this list.
Okay. Well, I would say Jungle,
hmm
Poltergeist,
hmm
um, Dry Heat.
Okay.
This is 2012, huh? We're going
20.
back some years.
Yeah. Had to dig it up.
Kind of shitty maps were I playing back then. Um, Landmarks
Okay. I
and
think that's four.
Heck.
All
Fuck it,
right.
put Heck in there. I don't like it that much, but
Let's see. Let's see if we do that game, where people say how they
uh-huh.
know their best friend.
Yeah.
And say, let's see
Do I
how
know
well you know
myself?
yourself. Caverns. I don't
Uh,
think that was one. Snow
no,
Valley. No. Jungle Vietnam. So you did say that. Heck. I guess you put
fuck,
that.
fucking Teakle.
I know.
I hate that map.
Well, it's in there. And now for part two of this question.
I put it.
This is just copy paste. All right. What surprising additional choice did you make to give the Navy factors some love?
Death Charge. I've been beat by a lot of good Soviet players there. Um, I don't think it's that uneven. Showtime kicks my ass on Death Charge, dude.
Yeah. Well, if you rush fast enough, you have to be very fast. But your
Well, I share
answer,
oils, and I play it as fair as possible, but
that's the difference. See, if
a
you,
lot of subs, a lot of subs in the beginning.
yeah, you got to get some subs. The answer that you gave at the time, tournament map B. Now I was
Another
under,
map I hate.
yeah, I was like, he hates this map. I can't believe he
That
chose
must
that.
be must have been some good weed.
Yeah, it's something a bit different. All right, so next question. Here we go. On July 24, 2012, Zigzag asked this question. 40% of people in the UK alone cannot answer this question correctly, or whatever. I can't read correctly. What is the correct answer? 10 plus 10 times 0.
Zero.
The answer is 10.
I put 10, or is that
No,
the actual
that's
answer?
the actual answer.
I'm not good with math. I
Okay, well,
seem
one thing that's
confident with
good,
that
though.
zero.
Yeah, you were right there, like, I got that. 0. All
Hey
right,
man,
did you answer
America.
this question correctly in 2012?
Fuck no, I would have thought that was zero.
No, your answer was 0. All right,
I'm honest.
so that's a thing. To thine own self, and etc. All right, last question. As you have often had throughout the years, you had a charming forum name when you became a bounty hunter. What was it?
um, Probably false god.
Street Taco.
Wow, I got a story behind that though.
Okay.
Um, as some of you may know, and I think you do, Josh. My dad played Red Alert,
Right.
and me and my dad are very good friends.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time with each other. We're a good oriented family. So we go fishing, amusement parks, shit like that. We were driving through Tampa. I think we were going to Busch Gardens, and we actually seen a sign, and the sign said, "We buy crack houses." I don't know how many people have been in downtown Tampa or been to Busch Gardens in Florida, but downtown Tampa is a fucking slum.
Oh my.
Uh, it is dingy. But there's a strip or in downtown Tampa. If you go down it, there's always skimpy clothed women. They got casinos and shit there. You can tell, obviously, going to be prostitutes.
Yeah.
Uh, so what's a different name for a prostitute? We thought, and we thought, got it, street taco. And, and I remember the logo I used for that was the taco from South Park.
That's right. That's right.
Uh, and that where street taco came from. Uh,
All
so
right. I think I knew. I had something because I feel like you're involved in some flame where you might have referred to somebody that way as well. But anyways, that may or may not be true. That's unsubstantiated gossip. So, moving on to the final portion of the interview, and this hopefully works out good. I don't know. This may or may not work. If it doesn't work, we'll just forget about it. But I would like to replay a game. Unfortunately,
Okay.
there's me talking, but I'm going to mute most of that shit and just have your thoughts on sort of what's happening throughout the game. It's a famous game. Let us look at it.
Ah, famous game.
Well, ish.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
I remember this game. So
So, the game begins.
you counted me out so soon,
I
sir.
did. It looked so bad, though. I'm a pro spectator. All right, so I think you're down in the series, but this is your map.
Oh, I was think I was down 3-1. Um, I think I beat him twice this series,
Right.
but I'm not sure if it was twice or once. It's usually once, sometimes twice. I actually got him 4 times the other day. Uh,
Nice. I haven't beaten him 4 times in 5 years, so.
Now, what I'm doing here is I do not want him to fucking scout me at all, because I plan on doing 3 or 4 minors against him. And if he catches that in a couple of tanks, he'll eat me alive. I know better.
Yeah, you can't go too many minors with 2 inches between you and Latov.
No.
So yeah, I think I remarked on that. I noted that you had anti-scouted him successfully. Looks like he has anti-scouted you.
If we look down at his base, just at the corner of the barracks, that's all I had open. I remember seeing just that much, but I was hoping it was enough that if I seen a fucking tank roll across, I could change my build.
All right, so I think it's actually probably even in scouting. I think that's about what he sees of yours. Maybe he doesn't see your barracks. He ran through and he got anti-scouted by your dog. And I've been commenting all the while about how he didn't bother to scout behind his base, so his refineries didn't get totally right on the gems. But
Mhm.
he went 4 miners as well, or something crazy. 3.
Now, this is what kind of fucked me up was that going up so soon, and you
Yeah.
even commented on the early 3 subs. I did not know this was a conspiracy with you Soviet players on my allied map, but it works.
Yeah, you got to have those. I mean, if you're facing dolphins with no submarines, you're too late. So, got to have them ready first, which he prepares. I think he's going to make 3, in fact.
And then you make the comment of him shooting me right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, well, you don't
I've,
wait
I've
around.
watched I've watched this game a few times just to see what I did right. Uh,
Yeah, which turned out to be a lot because you're gonna get come from
well,
behind.
he made a lot of mistakes that I'll point out that gave me the advantage this game.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
the whole sub thing was not one of them.
Yeah. At this point, I was thinking, okay, it looks like Latov is doing pretty well, except for his refinery is on the first level, and his miners and their Soviet miners are collecting gold from a distance. But he does chase down your dolphin, so I guess he's eliminated you in FC.
He's cheating.
Now, what about this? What's happening here?
Okay. I don't know. I was ballsy enough. He didn't have any tanks. Fuck it, why not? Maybe I can go big or go home.
I was like, at the time, I remember commenting that you actually can press tech tanks through desolators, but not this time. He,
That's a bold statement, Josh.
I mean, maybe it's only against me. But, yeah, I mean, not me. I was not saying one
No.
should try to do this. I was saying you're
Oh.
successful at it. Look at that scout.
Um,
Your plane misses there.
well, yeah, you made it. Yeah, that was a failed shot.
What a pisser. Do you get pissed off when you have some bad luck like that and inopportune time?
The game doesn't piss me off that much anymore. Every once in a while, I'll get frustrated still, and I usually just, walk out. And I'll spend a little bit of time away. If it's going to piss me off at this age, it's better to just go cool down.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, I totally thought I was fucked right now
yeah, I
uh,
did too.
until I realized, well, shit, that Patriot's holding it down, and I'm not low powered.
Right?
Then I seen the second dread. Uh,
At this point, I'm like, it's overkill almost. But he does, in
well, he
fact,
was going for overkill.
yeah. But now he's got
Yeah.
these one.
And I had no refinery, and that's when you were saying I was dead.
Yeah.
Uh, and then this is where he makes a mistake. He had already, flamed his tanks there.
Right.
And
Or,
he starts bringing them in. You'll notice he'll start bringing them in one by one, like a rally point set.
yeah, I commented, "What's this about?" I thought it was some like bullshit where he's being a cocky dirk, but I think it was just a mistake.
Now, that's one thing I've noticed about him. He's never a cocky dirk.
It's true. It's true. I should correct
He plays
myself.
till the end.
And he's like, yeah, he's a bit, quiet on occasion, we'll say, but he often just says good game. He's never really too. He's never getting into that stuff unless you provoke him. All right, so what's
Oh,
going
I
on
have
here?
provoked him. Um, yeah, mine and far away, and I put it there because I can travel, and the money with allies eventually gets a lot better, and that way he would have to come in to hit me.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's got to shoot over all that land, in which time you can kill the missiles. So
Mirage tanks have a good range, so and they're strong. So if you can catch him coming through like he does with his dreadnought, see, he got his dreadnought stuck, um, and that's what ultimately killed him.
he's going to lose the boat, kind of, in a
Now
unfortunate.
that was another mistake of him is the IFBs, how I had them set. If he would have moved his dreadnought, they would have done damage. Uh, so I don't think it was such a good play on my part and hold on my part more than he made a lot of mistakes this game.
Well, one thing is a take-home message is don't quit, because you could have quit earlier, I think, and
Uh,
like in,
you, uh,
I'm a quitter.
yeah, yeah. I remember something you said to me a while back though. Um, you called me a cockroach
Oh no.
because I wouldn't die,
Yeah,
and
maybe that's right.
and I told you never to quit. I've had countless games that I could have swore to you I'd lost in the beginning, and somehow you pull it out of your ass, man. It just happens. You
Look at
win.
this. Well, here comes. I mean, boats on the bottom, as I say in the video.
Look at those fast grizzly tanks. Why wouldn't you play allies?
You see them popping when they just go up in two taps, but you have to know how to use them.
Now that hole right there, what you were talking about, his placement. Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional, but I think after he placed it, he realized it wasn't a great idea.
Yeah, the ref, you mean?
Yeah.
Right. It's so far away. I mean, he's collecting pretty like bad quality ore, and it's very far away. When you're doing that as Soviet, you're really broke.
There's another advantage to allies is that little repair IFV.
Free
A
repairs
lot of
and much faster than a service depot.
and nobody ever uses them, but I don't know if everybody knows the trick. But if you hit guard duty with a repair IFV, it'll automatically repair anything around it, so you can just let that bitch go.
Yeah, and if you didn't want all your tanks repaired for free, then you're an idiot. So maybe that would be a
Well, it's
good thing
not
to get.
free. It costs $1,100.
I guess that's true, but a service depot costs 1,000, and it does it more slowly. Plus, each repair costs money. So here you come. You're coming in now. I thought this was a dubious play, but it turned out not to be.
Um,
And then you got to
yeah,
promote a tank.
his fodder control. I mean, he's good with it. I had him mount tank by a lot, and how he got that miner away, I'll never fucking understand.
I don't know either. It turns out that this Desso's gonna own a few of your tanks here.
Four of them, four of
Yeah,
them. Watch,
I was like,
they're just chilling, getting rest.
getting a rest. It's a bit hot out though. Oh, there's the last one.
What? Four.
Four. But Latov sells his naval yard, indicating he's low cash.
and not gonna retech. Um,
No.
and see me, I'm chilling. Refinery all the way in the back. I got 5 or 6 miners.
Your repair IFVs, repairing
Now
stuff.
watch. He shouldn't have sold the ref. He would have killed me with the flax.
Yeah, I saw that at the time. I'm like, he shouldn't have sold that. But I immediately checked. I thought maybe he sold his only ref, but no. I thought he's probably sold it too because he had one just ready to go.
Yeah.
But then when you attacked, I thought, does he have enough money for a refinery and a sentry gun? Because he needs one right now. And I thought maybe not.
No, he wasn't sentry gun rich. I
That's
think that's what you said.
that's the word. That's the word. And then surprise, sentry gun rich.
Yep.
But you attack anyway. To my surprise, at the time I was horrified. Briefly.
Fuck it. I was over it. I already used all my energy trying to block the first attack,
But
and
it works out.
I just targeted tanks.
Yeah.
Fuck
That
it. Let them fire on my grizzlies. I mean, I had a lot of cash, and I was still making tanks. And I knew he did not have a lot of cash, so he wasn't going to make tanks as fast as me. It was pure macro over micro at this point. As many tanks as I could possibly make because he can't make as many.
Well, in some respect, that's what you were talking about with the allied miners. In time, they give you the cash a bit more
Hmm.
like that. Oh,
It's
that's
more
it.
frequent. Look at that. 80 kills to 104, and I still won. I
And
mean,
first, guess
it shows the better player, in my opinion, how many kills you can actually get.
I love watching the kills. I always do check in the stats. I think a lot of people do. Well, that brings us to the end of the interview. So, thank you very much, Marsh. It's been a
All
pleasure to
right,
do this with you.
absolutely.
Okay, guys. So I'll see you, Marsh.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care. Oh,
Good night, guys. Hope you enjoyed.
see you, Marsh.
Bye.
Okay. So that's the first player interview. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to be posting this video on YouTube. Like I said, this channel is going to have how-to videos, map tours, and player interviews. I already have 4 more interviews lined up. I got 4 more guys who are top players telling me that they might do one of these things with me. I think that might happen, so stay tuned for that. I can confirm that, well, I should just check my Skype, but I think this is, let's see, Wednesday, is it? It's next week. I have the next one scheduled. Next one scheduled Wednesday, the 26th, 8 p.m. PST, which I believe is more like 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern time. The time right now is 12:43 past midnight. So I don't know if that helps you set your clock. It's going to be at 8 p.m. PST next Wednesday, next player interview. The server we're playing on, xwis.net. The forum, xwis.net/f. And once again, my YouTube channel, where all these videos are going to be uploaded and other stuff, is Red Alert 2 Pro Games. So I hope to see you there. I might be doing some streaming coming up very soon. Hopefully there's some pro players on. I'm going to do some good games. But in any case, that's it for the interview. Thanks for tuning in.